Welcome to Slow Home. Too many people live in badly designed houses, and we want to change that.
This is day 140 of the Slow Home Project, and we need you to join us in our quest to evaluate the design quality of houses in 9 North American cities in 9 months. This week, we are reviewing the results of our work in Miami.
And because this is our review week, the design exercises are a little different. So yesterday we announced our second design challenge, which was to redesign a 1,500 square foot single family house from the Miami area. So we need everybody to keep working on the solution. And remember, don't post it. You want to email it to us, and we're going to be reviewing all the submissions and awarding a book prize to the person who we think has the best scheme. We need to make sure all your submissions are emailed in by 4 o'clock Calgary time.
Tomorrow. So we're going to be spending the rest of the day looking at our townhouse summary. I've posted the results into an Excel spreadsheet, and we've got a graph of things. And we did 182 projects for townhouses.
That's a lot.
Which is good. Not quite as many as apartment lofts, but still higher than the average in the other cities. And again, the results are not very good.
Abysmal.
Yeah. Again, we've only got only 1% that actually got the 17.
And again, nobody is scoring above 17.
No, and if we think about that as being that minimum design threshold, there's only 30%. And when it's interesting when we compare it to Denver, that we see that there's actually 46% there, a full 20% of houses. Interesting too that the numbers are fairly consistent at the very fast end.
You know what, I have to say, I'm surprised by the 60% that are moderately fast. That's a huge glut below the minimum design threshold.
Well, and I think it has to do a lot with location and environmental performance. When you get those two wrong,
you can't catch up.
It's really difficult, particularly if you then have a few problems in the
interior design.
In the interior design, but that's interesting that they're almost the same.
Right.
And then when we extend it across and go to Dallas, we see that Denver, as we knew, had a bit better a bit better in that townhouse category. This is getting closer, 30.
Right. 30. And Denver had quite a bit Dallas had quite a bit in moderately fast as well, 59% as well.
That's right.
So yeah.
Okay, so then the final results is when we look at Toronto.
Right.
Toronto had the highest number,
51% above the minimum design threshold. Yeah.
And interestingly enough, the same as Denver in terms of overall. And I have to say, it's also very consistent.
That is consistent
all the way across.
Huh.
And 60 and 59 there. So looking at the totals, we can see that Dallas and Miami are very similar with minimum design threshold.
So the conclusion that we can draw is the townhouse design in Miami and Dallas is significantly less of quality than Toronto.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. And then I just threw this up as well, just to see how things work. Toronto is really doing the best overall.
So Toronto's consistently doing better in both apartment lofts and townhomes than any other city, and actually by a fair amount. It's a head and shoulders above the other cities. I mean, Miami is doing the worst.
Yes. Yeah, it certainly is. And it's gone down as we've gone from apartment lofts, which is to be expected.
Right. So I'd like to remind everybody about the What's Wrong with This House book, which is available for sale in our online bookstore on the right-hand side of the website. And it's the book that John and I wrote last year. And if you're interested to find out a little bit more about the slow home test, there's an in-depth discussion about it within the book. And if you're new to the site, it'll give you a lot of background into the whole slow home idea and movement.
Exactly. So remember, to be considered for the competition this week, you need to submit your redesign of the Miami single-family house by 4 o'clock p.m. tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Daylight time.